Students, Nigerian Chapter with the EBS News crew.
Go by what we've told them and the advices that we've given them on how to take care of their brain. It will help to reduce the brain issues that are actually occurring in our society. So make we learn how to rest and learn the kind of food we eat for our brain. And those of us know that they should stop it. Because you don't do one point that affects your brain, because they can't educate us how to take care of ourselves so that our brain will work to our own space. So I just happy well.
Voices rise in electric stream. This is life, it's not a dream.
Hello everyone, and again welcome to the Brain Awareness Week 2025. Today we'll be learning about the basics of the brain. First, we'll look at the different parts of the brain, how we can classify the different parts of the brain, and also what they really do. The human brain is a very important organ in the body and also in the overall nervous system, and it is located in our head. It is protected by this skull that we touch whenever we touch our head to secure it and protect it from any external hazard. Why? Because it is the most important organ in the body. It coordinates every activity and function happening in the body. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why do I breathe without even realizing? Have you thought about some certain actions that you took without even reasoning or taking a decision about it? Why you remembered your way to school without even having to think about it after having the experience once? Our brain is in charge of all these activities and it coordinates every vital function that our body takes. Now, making sense of what is happening around us right now is involving the brain's activity. What the brain does is that it receives signals from outside world and sends this same signal as messages to different parts of the body that needs it for function. When it sends these signals to different parts of the body, they respond adequately. For example, micturition. When the bladder is filled, there is a signal that is sent to the brain to make the brain know that the bladder is filled. There is a part of the brain, which I won't bother you with right now, that now sends the signal back and to the right part of the brain that will initiate that sense of feeling. Then you feel that the bladder is filled and you are pressed as a person, and then you need to go and excrete. You need to go to the bathroom to pee. And then you make a move and take a decision to go to the toilet, and then you go to pee. This is a complex process that is coordinated by these complex activities on the brain. And that's why you see the brain is so special and amazing. The human brain is divided into three major parts: the cerebellum, the encephalic trunk, and the brain cortex. Now, let us look at the cerebellum. The cerebellum controls balance, movement, and coordination. Thanks to cerebellum, we can all walk and maintain balance and do some sports without falling off. When there is a defect in the cerebellum, then people lose balance. Then the person might not be able to do certain activities that involves physical movement. 2, let us look at encephalic trunk. Now, the encephalic trunk connects our brain to the spinal cord. When you see the movement of the head, the bending, ability to move around and do some of those kind of activities that it connects the spinal cord, it goes from our head all the way down to the lowest part of our back, and that is the encephalic trunk, as you can see on your screen. The encephalic trunk is also in charge of vital functions like breathing, like digestion, and also the pumping of blood to various parts of the body. And so when there is a defect, it can lead to things like numbness that won't allow the blood to circulate to the right part of the body. The third one I want us to look at is the brain cortex. This is the outermost layer of our brain, and it connects the neurons to various parts of the system. It consists of neurons, which is a type of interconnected cell that transmits information that is generated within the nervous system around. The neuron most times is referred to as the brain cells, which carries this information from one part of the body to another. The brain cortex directs our body. It gives the direction to what our body should do. It receives signals from outside world, just as I mentioned the other time, and send this message to different parts of the body. The brain directs our body. It receives signals from outside the world and sends messages to the different parts of the body, like the legs, the arm, and then there is a response to that signal. And that is the activity that we see that follows. For example, if you are pinched, you receive the signal through your skin receptor cells. These signals are sent as impulse to the brain, and you quickly jack your body. That is a response. For example, also if you touch a hot dish and you remove your hand immediately, you see that seconds or split of seconds with which you felt that heat is as a result of the response from the brain and a coordinated activity to protect yourself, to protect your hand and save yourself from being burnt. The brain is also, when you look at it holistically and structurally, is divided also into two parts, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. This is based on the location. Now, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere are interconnected by what is called fibers. The left hemisphere is in charge of important tasks like calculating, reasoning, and speech. The right hemisphere is in charge of tasks that are associated with intuition. and also creativity. I repeat myself. The right hemisphere is in charge of tasks that are associated with intuition and creativity, while the left hemisphere is in charge of tasks like calculation, reasoning, and speech. Now, did you know that the right hemisphere controls the left part of your body, and the left hemisphere controls the right part of our body? What a crisscross. This is how it works. The left part of your brain controls everything that happens in your right side. So when there is a defect in the left side of the brain, what will functionally be affected is the functions in the right side of the brain. The right side of the body. While when there is a defect in the right side of the brain, the functional effect will be on the left side of the brain. It's more like a cross. Now let us talk about brain lobes. There are 4 major lobes that I want you to know about today: the frontal lobes, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe. I don't want to bug you with this grammar, but just know that we have frontal lobes, we have parietal lobe, we have occipital lobe. Each one of these lobes carry out different brain functions. For example, the frontal lobe is in charge of planning some executive functions, is in charge of our actions, our ability to make some critical decisions, and also it controls our emotions. The parietal lobe is in charge of giving meaning to the information that we receive by senses. If you touch me, my ability to know that this is a pain, not a slap. If I taste something, my ability to know that this is a salty taste and not a sweet taste. These are all resident in the parietal lobe. We have the temporal lobe, which functions basically in memory seat. It helps with memory and also facial recognition. The last one is the occipital lobe, which is in charge of processing visual information and help to decipher things when you see them. Now, let us quickly run through some quick tips about the brain. The brain is important, and so we must protect it. And to protect our brain, we must protect our head, which is the seat where the brain is inhabited. By wearing things like helmets, where we are in an external transportation system, or when we ride bicycles or motorbikes. We eat healthy food because the brain requires energy to function appropriately. Do exercises. Sleep at night. At least 7 to 8 hours a day will help you to recharge your brain activity. And read. Challenge your brain to activity, and that is why as students you need to read. The more you read, the more you challenge the brain, the more active it becomes, and the more intelligent or smart it makes you be. Thank you, everyone. We hope to get more from our facilitators. Bye.
The brain is a complex organ that controls thoughts, memory, emotion, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. It is a very vital organ in the body, hence Sanedrive, in collaboration with the Nigerian Psychological Association Edo State Chapter, kicked off with an awareness campaign featuring a walk from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital to Uselu Market. At Uselu Market, participants engaged in a talk show and watched a short film highlighting various factors that can harm the brain.
That's my day useless. How do you tell me that last?
Dr. Ikpo, the event coordinator, while speaking to the market audience, outlined essential steps for maintaining brain health and preventing damage.
The Brain Awareness Week 2025. And during this period of this celebration, we will come talk how to take care of the brain. We will come talk the food what we will eat or the things what we will avoid. Not those of us who will market when they don't do stress. Early in the morning we come out in the evening we come back. Some of us they take some kind things, you understand? So now we want to teach us now. When we finish all this our sisters, they call them psychologists. And then they test how brain matter be whether it functions well or not.
The president of the Nigerian Association of Psychology Students, Nigerian Chapter, Precious Eberechukwu, along with other participants, primarily traders, shared their thoughts with the EBS News crew.
Well, it will help the society in the sense that if they should go by what we've told them and the advices that we've given them on how to take care of their brain, it will help to reduce the brain issues that are actually occurring in our society today. My advice to those who are not here, who are not opportune to hear, I will advise that they rest well, they should sleep well. At least from the information we are getting here, he said that as a normal human, as a human being, we are advised to sleep at least 6 to 7 hours a day. And they tell us they make we learn how to rest and learn the kind of food wey we dey eat for our brain. And those of us like meat wey dey slow, wey dey like dey slow, they should stop it, because the more you dey do am, the more e dey affect your brain.
Because they can't educate us how to take care of ourselves so that our brain will work to our old age. So I dey happy well. So to me, with wetin I learn here just now, be say I go still tell people, say see how to manage yourself. Don't take what will destroy your brain or liver, but or you take what will make you to feel healthy.
Luke Hassan, EBS News.
Ìwé ẹ̀dùn ní pàtàkì. Walare ni wado hemi ni madogo wa taverna. Today, we come follow and talk about the brain. The human brain is the most important organ for our nervous system. This nervous system where we talk, so now be waiting connect our head through to our back and to every part of our body. We go learn about different parts of the brain and how them they work. This brain dey inside the head and the skull dey protect am. So as you see our head so, the brain dey inside. This flesh wey dey around am so, na dey protect am, na we dey call skull. You don ever ask yourself before, say, why we dey breathe without even knowing? Why we dey waka about without even thinking about it first? Why we dey do some activities without even thinking about them first? Wey we go just do am? Now our brain dey in charge, so now they coordinate all the important functions with our body. If they make sense of wetin we dey do and wetin dey happen around us. This brain wey we dey talk, so they receive signal from outside the world. For example, now if person pinch you, now be the signal from outside the world. You go feel am because the brain don interpret am, and you go send this message go different parts of the body, so that the body go respond well. If you want peace now the brain now go send message go give your toto. Now your toto go come. Now your toto go first tell your brain, say e be like say e don full. Now your brain go come interpret and say it's time to go to the bathroom. Now you go come waka go bathroom go pee. Now the whole process with that. This our brain. Then they divide them into 3 major parts. There are other parts too. But these 3 major ones I will go talk about today. The cerebellum, the encephalic trunk, and the brain cortex. I know this one a big grammar, but we go try break them down small as you go understand. Maybe we first talk about the cerebellum. The cerebellum now they control balance. They control our movements. They control coordination. As we dey waka up and down, now this cerebellum now they coordinate them. If we dey jump up and down, they lie down, they stand up, they do sports, now this cerebellum, now they in charge. If anything happen to this cerebellum, now we say person no go fit hold body again. Person no go fit hold balance. Person go dey do yaga. Person no go dey coordinated. This cerebellum, now they in charge of this part of the brain function. The second one we want to talk about now be the encephalic trunk, where they connect the brain to the spinal cord. This spinal cord na that rope wey dey our back. Now why we feel bend, stand up, do all those things. It dey very flexible. Now why we feel run, turn our neck around, go down, and it runs from our head to right to the bottom, through the back to our bottom. This encephalic trunk is still dey in charge of important functions like breathing, digestion, and pumping of blood to every part of the body. Like I said, make I talk am again. This encephalic trunk now dey in charge of our breathing, digestion, and pumping of blood. They carry blood waka for all parts of the body. Now they coordinate them. If anything happen to this encephalic trunk, now they make blood no flow to different parts of the body again. It go come cause numbness. The third one where I talk now be brain cortex. This one dey inside, outside the layer of our brain. You get wetin we dey call neurons. This neuron now we dey call the brain cell. If you dey hear wetin dem dey call brain cell, it be like thread where they wire together as they look am so. It be like thread where they connect together, and we get like 1 billion for inside our brain. Now be say they transmit different information. Now while you go to sleep, you go to connect, you dey open your eye, you dey close your eye, you can do different activities at the same time, because all this wire now they do the work. This connection now they transmit information from our brain to the nervous system, where we dey call impulse. That impulse be like electric charge. If electric don't shock you before, you see as that thing they do greedy for person body. And so this thing they work through those electrical connections. They work out through the body. The brain, they direct our body. They receive signal from different parts from outside the world, and they send message go different parts of the body, like our leg, our arm, and all these places will respond well. For example, if we touch hot place now, as e burn you, our brain go quickly send signal to our hand, say make it comot the hand for that place. Now why you no go leave your hand? If you burn you go quickly comot your hand, so that we no go for burn. The brain dey divided into two big parts. Aside those 3 one wey I tell you, if you wan look at the brain from the front now, you go see the one wey they call right hemisphere, and there's another one wey they call left hemisphere. As you face me now, you dey see am right hemisphere and left hemisphere. They connect together by fiber. This thing wey we dey call fiber, so it be like the connection that links information together for inside different parts of the body. The left hemisphere now dey in charge of all important work like calculation, reasoning, and the way we dey talk. If anything happen to the left hemisphere, we no go fit reason well again. We no go fit talk well. Now they affect speech. We no go fit calculate well again. You know, say as market women, we need this part very well. The right hemisphere now they in charge of the work where they relate to intuition, how we fit create something, how we fit generate something. People where they make hair now, this part of their brain, I sure say it go develop well. That one are by the side. So yes, now this hemisphere where we they talk about, now they connect us to music, now they connect us to art, now they connect us to all these things where we they create. So you sabi the right hemisphere, they control the left side of the body. Make I talk am again. The right hemisphere, they control the left side of the body, while the left hemisphere, they control the right side of the body. Be like cross. So if you put your hand for the right side of your head now everything where they your left, now they control. If you put your hand on the left side of your head now the part of the brain where they that side, now they control everything where they your right side of your body. Get what they call brain loops. Both right and left hemisphere get 4 loops. We call them frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. Make I know to worry you for this big grammar. You see each of these lobe where I talk, so that they do different function. And this lobe, one day where you coordinate planning, how you take plan something, how you take control your emotion. Now the frontal lobe, now they control that one. You get one way they call parietal lobe. This parietal lobe, they give sense where they help you to plan things with sense. They show say you smart. Anybody where you see way too smart like this, way they sharp now in parietal lobe, now they optimal function. They get one way they call temporal lobe, where they charge of some function where relate to memory and how they recognize people face, where you feel know people face well. You know, say some people, if they just see you once like this frame, they go fit draw you out. Now that part of the brain, now they do that function well. The last one where I want to talk about for the lobe, now be the occipital lobe, where they in charge of process of visual information. Now make I can give you some small tips where we need to maintain this brain, as it can't be important, so as we don't learn small things about them. First one, we say if you say your brain a very important organ, we don't hear that one and we don't know, say it is very important. Because of this, we supposed to take good care of this our brain. And how do we take care of them? We guys do some of these 5 steps. Number 1, we say may you protect your brain by wearing helmets. If you ride Okada, if you ride bicycle, you wear helmets. Chop healthy food, because this our brain, e need energy. Na energy dey use work. Do exercise, that one too dey help the brain. Sleep well, at least make you sleep for at least 8 hours, so that you go fit recharge the brain, so that you go dey sharp pram to work for the next day. Solve riddles, make you dey try do some small mathematics, some small problems, dey challenge your brain small, so that you no go dey inactive. If you leave am like that, make you just dey look, you no go dey active, and you no go help the brain to improve well. So our brain dey very very amazing, and we know say this our coming to market go dey impactful. Listen to our people, they still get many things to tell.